And here we have another in the series that gets very few views, but I like hidden gems, so I'm gonna make more anyway. And today we're talking about Titan AE, or Titan After Earth. And I'd like to start with a quick rant. I know this doesn't have anything to do with the movie, but it does have to do with a few other things. I managed to acquire this movie on DVD, which was the best available at the time, so it's not like I'm losing quality by not getting a Blu-ray, but it only cost me $3. Meanwhile, if I wanted to watch this online and buy it as part of Xfinity's on-demand system, it would cost me $14.99 for the exact same movie. Both of them will last me just about the same amount of time. The difference is, one costs them significantly less to provide to me, given that the Xfinity service is provided to me for my monthly fee anyway. Oh, well, you're paying for the convenience of it, so you can watch it anywhere. Okay, you don't pay extra for convenience. You pay more because it cost extra to make it convenient. This did not cost extra to make it convenient. In fact, given that there is no physical thing that they have to distribute, ship, or do anything with, it cost less than that DVD that cost me $3. Luckily, I found my DVD copy and didn't have to throw away 5 times the price of it on a digital copy that I probably wouldn't watch on my phone anyway. Anyway, it's a family-friendly cartoon movie that proved you can make a great cartoon movie with heavy threat, and oh boy did they establish some threat through cost.
Perhaps that is what the Dredge feared most, for it brought them down upon us without warning and without mercy.
How's the Earth and most of the human race for some fucking cost? Remember when narrative cartoons had some balls? Well, this one had the balls to literally kill off the vast majority of the human race. So let's start out with a basic outline of the story. Energy people blow up the Earth, and the protag's dad escapes in a ship that is supposed to be the hope for humanity, despite not looking anything like a Bethesda game functioning properly on release day. Time skip because this isn't a Shonen or Disney Channel live action, and a 20-year-old would actually be able to do the things in our story, and then our hero is convinced to go look for the ship. A huge adventure ensues that goes through a whole lot of visually beautiful places and races, all in the hope that this ship is really able to save the human race. Somehow. It was kind of vague. And let's get this first part out of the way. Visually, this movie has some amazing shots that use anime to its best at the time that, it was made in, and sets the atmosphere really well. The Dredge are, well, kinda chunky, though. The 3D animation does not layer well on the 2D, but, it works well in space, and I've definitely seen worse use of 3D animation. Side note, can anime please not do 3D if they can't do it well, or at least don't make it such an important part of the story? Or at least do it for the whole show like Ruby did. I mean, come on, somehow, made way before School Live, the 3D enemies for this movie are considerably more threatening than the enemies you see in School Live. I'm sorry, I'm not afraid of your blindly shambling zombies repeating their animation for the 3rd time in a row. And, eventually getting around to attacking our heroines after they've shambled in front of them for a good long 30-second monologue. Now go watch the movie because much like the car of an extravagant moron who has no understanding of physics, it's time for spoilers. A lot of them. We need to address some flaws that didn't have to be there. First and foremost, the Dredge prison didn't hold shit. Like, actually, it couldn't hold anything. He literally fingered the door to get out. And it hurt him the first time, but I guess he just got used to it? It kinda seems a little bit ridiculous that the Dredge would have a prison cell that is physically incapable of, you know, holding someone. And then, beings made completely of energy for some reason had a ship that a human could pilot. I just don't understand why that was necessary at all to them. I get why the plot went in the direction of him being captured and why they needed him to escape, but the fact that the Dredge ships operated on anywhere near a level that a human could pilot just seems like a bit of a lot of plot convenience. And the entire plot happened because instead of searching for the Titan ship where it could have gone, the Dredge hire a mercenary who alerts the one guy with a map that they're coming. Probably should have kept that info in-house, huh? Granted, we don't know why he got to them first. Everyone else seems kind of wary of the Dredge, but they don't seem violent towards any other race, so it's possible they just knew they wouldn't get much information on the location of this one human if they themselves were investigating. But it's not a super high-tier movie. It's not a super high-tier anything like Pale Cocoon was. But it's a pretty good movie. There's some bits done for a joke, but it doesn't affect anything, so it's okay.
Why is this happening to me? The red dog, please, you stupid! Ah! Hi, they were right down here. They came in my kitchen and they bullseye!
I'll do a video on why that's not a major concern and why other things are, or why the same thing is a concern in some instances, but not in others. But that's not the point of this video. Other than those, I just wonder why the reclusive Galf decided to sacrifice so many of their own lives for our heroes. But I don't know, honor maybe? Pretty weird scavenger hunt for the ship too, given that his dad shouldn't have known he'd need to hide it from the Dredge.
It brought them down upon us without warning and without mercy.
And we kind of jump sets a lot so that they can go through all of the steps of the map and give it a real adventure feel. But hey, variety is the spice of life, so I'd rather that than them endlessly drifting through the empty vacuum of space, which I suppose would be more realistic. Now, one might wonder why the Dredge care so much about that, but not any other species. Funny enough, their fear of humans might actually have been merited, as we appear to have made quite a leap in tech compared to other species, in order to have a ship that literally builds a planet with a full ecosystem operating functionally. Also, the fact that it's readily convertible from the main console to parasitically consume the Dredge in order to power it seems a tad bit concerning. Maybe the Dredge had a good reason to attack humans. In fact, maybe he had a good reason to make a scavenger hunt. I get that his dad had altruistic plans, but these are humans, remember that. Imagine what your government would do if they learned that a race could literally be used as a power super source. Maybe it was part of the plan all along to kill an entire species in order to make another planet. But this is entirely conjecture at this point, and none of it was in the movie, so I can't really give it any points for that. But the movie isn't totally shallow either. Its meanings are mostly surface stuff and kind of simple. I was tired though, so maybe I missed something. But this is meant to be accessible to any age group. Basically, the first thing I got from it was mostly about dealing with trauma. Our hero lost the world and his family, and he gave up, stopped investing forward, and condemned himself to stagnation. Our trader man gave up on trying for others. If you don't invest value in others or things beyond their use to you, you can temporarily find it easier to live on past the problem, or the trauma of loss. Even if it is just you lying to yourself. That's why I don't mind his bad guy speech so much. He wanted validation from others like him. It was more for him to him than them. Then the last human had the right answer. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Don't give up and go forward alone. Don't give up and stagnate. Strive for something new and make do with what you have. I don't know who needs this theme, but here's a fun, action-y movie with that theme for you. Overall, with Treasure Planet and Atlantis getting so much attention, it's almost a crime that this doesn't get any recognition. Hopefully this video will, based on average views, introduce at least 10 people to it. After all, it was certainly the first that got me excited.
Huh? Sorry.
In or out?
Huh? In.
For sci-fi. Like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, hail the Atlantean Queen, all except for the last one can be undone later if you want, and if you haven't seen this movie, let me know in the comments, or if you're mad I showed a VTuber in an unrelated video again, go down there and be entertainingly angry.